Picture to people, they work at the same company, earn the exact same paycheck, and sit just 2 desks apart. But fast forward 10 years, and one of them is broke while the other is quietly rich. Same job, same money. The only thing that ever separated them was what they each did with a single $100 bill. So let me show you exactly how that happens. Meet Pete, and meet Rachel. They started the very same day, doing the very same job. And at the end of every month, once the rent and bills are paid, they each have about $100 left over. That's really the whole story. Because what each of them quietly does with that leftover 100, month after month, is what slowly turns one paycheck into 2 completely different lives. And it always starts so small you barely notice. Just $5 a day. A coffee, a snack, a little treat. It feels like nothing. But $5 a day adds up to $35 a week, which is over $1,800 a year. The average person burns more than $1,000 a year on coffee alone. That's the thing about small money. It always feels harmless, and that's exactly why it's dangerous. It slips out of your life without you ever noticing. So, it's Friday night, and they've both got that $100. Pete walks past a store window, and there they are, brand new sneakers. Shiny and clean, the latest drop, and he thinks, you know what, I work hard, I deserve this. One tap, and they're his. He'll wear them maybe twice, then they'll live in the back of his closet forever. And here's the cruel part. The moment he walks out of that store, those shoes start losing value, and within 2 years they're worth almost nothing. Because that's how stuff works. It only ever goes down. Now Rachel saw those exact same sneakers, and honestly, she wanted them just as badly, but instead, she pulls out her phone and scrolls right past, and she quietly puts that $100 into a simple index fund. No new shoes, no rush of excitement, nothing to show her friends, just $100, sent off to work for her. Left in a savings account, it would barely budge, but invested, that same money nearly triples in 10 years. Is it boring? Completely. But boring is exactly what builds wealth, and this brings us to the one idea rich people understand, and broke people never quite do. The rich buy assets, and the poor buy liabilities. It sounds complicated, but it isn't. An asset is anything that puts money into your pocket. A liability is anything that takes money out. That's the whole definition. Pete's sneakers are a liability. They cost him, and keep costing him. Rachel's fund is an asset. It pays her, and keeps paying her. Rich people collect things that grow, while everyone else collects things that fade. And when you boil it down, your wealth is just one equation. Everything you own that grows, minus everything that drains you. So, what actually makes an asset grow? It comes down to one beautiful thing, called compound interest. Your money earns money, and then that new money earns money too. And the whole thing keeps building on itself, faster and faster. Einstein supposedly called it the 8th wonder of the world. There's even a shortcut, called the rule of 72. Take 72, divide it by your return, and that tells you how many years it takes your money to double. In a savings account, that's a painful 24 years. But in the market, it's only about 7. And that gap is the difference between staying stuck and getting ahead. Because time in the market always beats timing the market. And here's what really matters. None of this was a one-time decision. They both keep doing it, every single month. Every month Pete finds something new to buy. And every month, Rachel quietly moves another $200 into her investments, which is just $6.50 a day. Skip one lunch out, and you're there. She sets it to happen automatically, then forgets about it. And slowly, Pete's closet keeps filling up with stuff, while Rachel's account keeps filling up with money. And if you watch what happens to her money, it's incredible. After the first year, around $2,400. After 5 years, almost $16,000. After 10, $42,000. And if she keeps going for 30 years, it climbs past $300,000. All from the same coffee money Pete threw away. Same income, completely different outcome. So, let's jump ahead 10 years and put them side by side. Pete's pile of stuff is worn out and basically worthless. So, his net worth after a decade of spending is roughly zero. Rachel, earning that same paycheck over those same years, has quietly built real wealth, and given 30 years, it grows past $500,000. One line shoots for the sky while the other never leaves the ground. And the key is this: that gap didn't appear overnight. It grew silently, just a little, every single month. And believe it or not, it gets even crazier, because her money kept making money, and that money made even more. It's a snowball, tiny and slow at the top of the hill, but unstoppable by the bottom. Out of that entire $500,000, she only ever put in $72,000 of her own money, which means more than 80% of her wealth was never her money at all. It was pure growth, completely free. It felt like nothing in the beginning, just a tiny seed. And then one day it had quietly become everything. And here's the beautiful part: the earlier you begin, the less you actually have to do. Start at 25, and that $200 a month grows into almost $1.5 million by the time you retire. But wait until 45, and it gives you only $160,000. The effort is exactly the same. The only thing that changed was time. Now let me be honest, because I'm not here to sell you a fantasy. The market is not a smooth line heading straight up. Some years it falls, and it falls hard. But that's normal, and the trick is simply to stay in and keep buying right through it. And don't think cash is safe either, because inflation is quietly eating it the whole time. $10,000 today buys far less in 30 years. So doing nothing might feel safe, but it isn't. It's still a choice, and it costs you every year. And here's the part that stings. Pete worked just as hard as Rachel. He earned just as much, in the same office, for the same 30 years. Pete isn't dumb, not even slightly. He just never saw the math. Nobody ever sat him down and drew him this picture. Because wealth was never about how much you make. It was always about how much you keep. So please understand, this was never really about sneakers. Genuinely, go buy the shoes sometimes. Take the trip. Enjoy the dinner, because life is far too short to never enjoy a dollar. The point is your default, the thing you do automatically, without ever thinking about it. Pete's default is to spend, and Rachel's is to own. And changing that is hard, because spending feels good now, while investing feels like nothing for years. But every dollar you earn is a seed. You can plant it and watch it grow, or eat it today and watch it disappear by tomorrow. And this is the secret that ties it all together. Rachel never earned more than Pete. She simply changed the order: assets first, liabilities second. She bought the things that feed her before the things that eat her. You don't need to be rich to start. You need to start to become rich. Because compounding only asks for one thing, and that's time. And time is the one thing you can never buy back. So next Friday, once your bills are paid and you've got a little money left over, ask yourself one simple question. Which one are you going to be, Pete or Rachel? Because nobody is coming to make that choice for you. But the good news is, nobody has to. You're holding the pencil now. The best time to start was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. So go draw your own ending, and I'll see you in the next one.